Morning. It is fantasy football advice time on the Bold Sports Show. Let's go. Let's get a little excited. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your Sunday morning as well. Thanks for tuning in, as they like to say. We are going to do some fantasy football, little little Q&A, little question and answer. Try to get you to win your league. How about that? Your boy is so past due of a haircut, it ain't even funny. I'm just realizing how much that morning head was really getting me. Really getting me. But it's all good. I'm just kind of rambling because no one's joined us yet. This is a new thing that I'm doing. Yet to do it. No early morning streams. Kind of crazy to think about. Hopefully, y'all have enjoyed your weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. Have y'all been labor free? I did take yesterday off. Does that count? I wonder. I wonder. Did you guys hear about Ricky Pearsall? Pretty crazy. I thought it was absolutely nuts. So if you haven't heard, the San Francisco 49er, the first round draft pick, Ricky Pearsall, was shot. They shot the man. It's kind of crazy. Someone shot him trying to steal his Rolex. They were both in a skedaddle, and then both dudes got shot. So the dude trying to shoot or trying to rob Ricky Pearsall got shot, and Ricky got shot, supposedly in the chest. Kind of scary to think about for a young man, like you got this NFL career right in front of you, and someone wants to take it away from you. Like, really, at the end of the day, I hate to say it, like it feels like a punk move, but just give him the watch. It don't even. What is a $10,000 watch? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you make millions and millions of dollars, is a $10,000 watch really worth your life? Hmm? Hmm? Like, I bet you he's kind of rethinking it. Like, I'm glad you stood your ground, bro. Like, I get it. You got to, right? You got to stand your ground. But if someone's going to go pow, 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 shoot you over it, and you can replace it tomorrow. You can take it off, go get you three more. Let's be honest. Now, I understand if it's a little different. Like, it can be it. Oh, look, we got our first little commenters. First is Paul, calming like the border, legs open. Well, some of us like gardening tools, Paul. Okay, it's all trash choices. It's super trash. I really want to braid that face. Or shout out to Matt. I really want to braid that facial hair to my rear end hair. That has got to be the wildest comment I've yet to read on a YouTube live. Shout out to Matt. Golden wants to know if I'm actually at the beach. No, but I am 1 mile away. It is just a background. Lil Pac, you're my high school friend's sister. I'm 38. I don't know what that means. You got to get it. Paul, LGBTQ, let's get back Trump quickly. See, the problem with Trump is I'm a veteran, so I can't support someone that poops all over veterans. All right, bud? Sorry. I can't. I don't like the other lady, but I can't get with Trump either. It's a bad election. Why do you have sunglasses on inside? I'm outside. I'm outside, bro. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you can, if you look in the sunglasses, you can see the daylight. See that? Not inside, buddy. Shout out to Uska. They stopped by asking some kind of Russian question. We'll give you a shout out, but I only speak English and barely do that very well. Why do you have two different hair colors? What do you mean I got two different hair colors? I got three technically, bro. I'm really working on three. So you see the brown up top, you see all that gray? That gray's coming in strong, bro. And then of course you got the little red in the beard. Oh, it's all good, Uska. I just, I'd like to tell you guys speak Russian. I wish maybe I'd have more of that like Khabib sauce in me where I could just like roll up a dude with ease. Some of them Russian dudes are tough. Most of them ain't. Trump may be kind of dumb, but he knows how to get money. Yeah, I mean, I would know how to get money too if my daddy handed me $1 billion. I don't know what that really means, but I'm a veteran, so I can't support the guy. It's simple, and no veteran should. Like, it don't make sense. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But look, both choices are terrible. Let's be honest. We don't usually talk politics on this show, but it's fun day Sundays, sir. So we do whatever we want. He got a stimulus. What, $500? I think $500 buys my vote. Is that what we're doing here? Well, was it 600? That money ain't nothing. What are we talking about? He got us a stimulus. He also pooped all over veterans. Do you remember when he said, I prefer my war heroes not to have been captured? He pooped all over POWs, bro. Like, I can't get that. You voting for No. No, you're not listening, Paul. Paul, I'm not voting for her, and I'm not voting for him. Okay? There's or options. Now, my candidate is going to lose. No, Doctor Who, 20-year, 4-year veteran here supporting Trump. So you think the Medal of Freedom is more important than the Medal of Honor because most of those Medal of Honor recipients are banged up or dead? You like that comment? That was a cool comment, bro. Or what about the stuff he did in Arlington? You ain't got no, disrespect for him running a political ad in Arlington Cemetery? That's not a factor for you, bro? Like, come on, bro. We all need to wake up and realize that both of these choices are absolute trash. It was trash 4 years ago, and it was pretty freaking bad the first time the dude ran. Look, the fact we got a felon running for president has to be the wildest thing in history books. Like the amount of history that we watch live, and we don't even really fully realize how historical the last 25 years have been. It's pretty crazy. Has anyone ever got to your butt without permission? No, Arthur. But kind of weird that that's the first thing on your mind when we're talking about Trump and politics. Dad vs. Gage Gaming is my channel. It's my dad's channel. Shout out Gage. Make sure y'all check out his channel one day. I probably won't, but maybe will. You never know. What games are you playing, Gage? What's on the channel? Break it down a little more. Let's advertise it. Let's see what you got. We got your Fav, Tiffany, the supporter of Trump. Hey, good for you. Look, as long as you go out and vote. You trans bro, all D's nuts in your mouth. You ever seen a trans this beautiful? Don't lie. It don't happen. You got to naturally be a man to be this beautiful, kiddo. WWE, UFC, funny shorts, and more. Oh, you do the WWE wrestling games? That's pretty cool. Look, my co-host, not myself, actually does wrestling review. So I'm not big into the WWF anymore, or WWE, whatever they're calling it nowadays. But we do cover that on this show on occasions. On occasions, we get a little WWC. Now, I do the UFC. Who's your favorite UFC fighter? What do you think about that John Jones, Tim Aspinall beef? I think they need a fight, bro. I think we need like a legitimate fight. Like I want to see it. You think you're gonna three-peat this year? Shout out to Hollow Data. Yes, I've correctly predicted the last 6 Super Bowl matchups. I believe we will see the Kansas City Chiefs play the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl. Bro actually looks like an older Kelsey. I'm guessing you're thinking the brother, Jason. It can't be Travis. I don't look like Trav. Maybe Jason. I got a little touch of Jason in me. And unfortunately, pretty close to the same age. Pretty close, me and old Jason. Yeah, how old is Jason Kelsey? Let me double check that. Wow, that's not a prediction for sure. It is a prediction. What are you talking about? I just gave you the Chiefs versus the Lions. That's the correct Super Bowl prediction. That is what's going to happen. I don't miss, bro. Bro, Jason only lives 20 to 40 minutes from my house. Shout out to Maverick living life. That is crazy. That is pretty crazy. I used to live about 20 minutes from where Pat Mahomes lives now. So it's pretty crazy. Texans versus the Niners in the Super Bowl. I like that pick, Texas Repo. Look, people are sleeping on the Houston Texans, the second best team in the NFL this year. In the AFC at least. Let me put an asterisk by that. Second best team in the AFC. Allen Bradley, controllers and logic. Hey, I'm not sure what that was about F12. Halo said I'm using talk to speak. Sometimes it's whack. I know that feeling. I talk funny, so it messes me up. Shout out to Master Chief Plays. How you doing? Chiefs are the GOAT. You know it. You know it, brother. You know it. Only Dirty Bird I like. Only Dirty Bird. I missed the previous comment, Maverick. What Dirty Bird you like in the Falcons? Immigrants for NFL. Hey, look, get everybody on board. Let's unify the world, bro. Sports could do it. Bro got a OTH with an RE4. What does that mean, Doctor Who? You started speaking in gibberish there, bro. Got an OTH with an RE4. Break it down for me, Doctor Who. You lost me. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what RE4 is. But I appreciate y'all pumping in. I was wondering, we haven't done an early morning show yet. We're usually live at 9 p.m. Eastern. When I say Dirty Birds, I mean the Eagles, and Jason is the only, well, even though he's retired. No. Doctor Who, so then an honorable with an RE4? Who are you talking about? What are you doing? Do you play Fortnite? No, I'm not a Fortnite dude. I play a little Call of Duty. That's Zit about to pop. What's Zit, bro? I ain't got no Zit. Where's it at? Help me out. This is a scar. It's not a Zit. It's a scar. RE4, code 4, normally not eligible to reenlist nor join another service. RE4 not re-upping. Who's an RE4 though? I know Trump dodged, so I'm not sure who that is. Mr. Speed, yo, I'm back. Nice to have you back. Nice to have it. Yeah, I hope it's a good one. Glad we have made it back. Nice to see you. I bought a mini Highland cow yesterday. It jumped out the car window, but she's okay. Bro, the fact that you got a car or a cow into a car has to be remarkable. Doctor Who, you're an RE4. Nah, swing and a miss, bud. Nice try, though. That was cute. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have known what that meant if I was one. Maverick, the Falcons are the original Dirty Birds. The Eagles can't claim that. Yeah, Texas, like it did kind of mess with me a little bit, just because, uh, just because, like that's when I think Dirty Birds, I think of the Eagles. How long did you serve? 5 years. Army branch. I was in the Army for 5 years. Mini Babylin Heimland should have kept the windows up in the trunk. We went from a truck to a car. Like, what happened there? What is the topic here? Y'all going everywhere, and I'm just stepping in. The topic is supposed to be fantasy football, right? That is the title of the thread. But it's Sunday Fun Day. We're going everywhere. We're just doing it. Did you get a CB combat badge? No. Nope. I was overseas in Germany. Everything I did was in Germany. Deutschland. CBI. Bro, I've been out for going on 15, 20 years or something like that. You're gonna have to bust it down a little. It's been too long. Thank you for your service, boss. Raiders are for 5 more penalties this year. Hey, I appreciate it. I didn't really do nothing but clickety clack on the computer, but I always appreciate the things. Closed brain injury. No, but it probably appears like I can understand as a doctor how you come to that conclusion, but no. I was in a headquarters unit where there was more E9 than E4, so not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on besides trying to lay low type stuff. That's about it. Let me see the Raiders for 5 more penalties this year. I wonder what you think of with the Raiders getting 5 more penalties there, Alex. That's kind of a crazy one. CBI, brain injury. No. Probably had one before I got in, though. Maybe that's why I joined. That might explain a few things, Doctor Who. CBI. Let me get better troll comments than that, though. It's always entertaining to watch people try to dismiss service, though. Dad's team, we always wanted to beat last year's record. Oh, were you that close? Were you that close to breaking like the most penalties ever for the Raiders? That's a tough one. Look, the Raiders are just a quarterback away. It's kind of crazy. Hangover, Yo Golden. Yeah, not much. I don't drink too much these days. Not too often. Every once in a while. Only in days that end in Y. So those are the days that I choose to drink. That's pretty funny. It is a nice little Sunday morning though. I do think I'm gonna have to go fishing before too long. Figured we'd bust out a quick little hour stream, a little light work, and then see if I can't get my pole to bend a little bit. See if I can't take the boat out to this ocean back behind me. See if we can't catch a snooker or some grouper or something. Grouper season opens today. Today, gag grouper season is open, I believe. I need to double check before I catch one, but that could be what's for dinner tonight, folks. Shout out to you if you've had a little grouper. Looked like we was getting a little catchy over here before long. Shout out to all the people that are popping in. It's still crazy to think about what happened to Ricky Purcell. I know I opened the show with it, but it's still just like crazy to think about that NFL player gets shot, robbed over a watch. Like, what are we doing as a society, folks? Like, we know we can do better than this. Like, and if you're getting robbed for a Rolex and you're a first round draft pick NFL guy, just give them the stupid watch, man. You should be getting ready for playing and not like dealing with all this malarkey. It's kind of crazy. Getting some crazy. Wait, what happened? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you didn't hear about that Texas repo? We had a little incident last night. Someone decided they wanted San Francisco wide receivers Ricky Purcell, first round draft pick, and they wanted his Rolex. They decided to rob him. So I guess there was an altercation. He got shot, and the guy that was robbing Ricky Purcell for his Rolex got shot. Kind of crazy. Ricky Purcell, he was Texas. He was the first round draft pick for the 49ers, 31st, all of 31st draft pick. F12 wants to know if I'm a gemologist. No, sir. I own a painting company. Houston Texans are the best team in the world, according to David. David, they are the second best team in the AFC and a top 5 team in the NFL. So I can understand your hype behind them. I'm excited that we have hype around a Houston Texans team. Let's do it. Look, we were the first on the bandwagon on this show. So everybody else didn't see it coming. And your boy on the Bold Predictions podcast did. Crazy how that works. F12 says, fight, fight, fight. Yeah, I guess if you get robbed, you can fight. But you might get shot. You got to be careful. If you got millions, it's not worth it to me. Willie, do you suffer from depression or anxiety? I think everybody does on occasions, but not currently. I'm cool. Appreciate your concern, though. Doctor Who had asked a question. There's something about California. Oh, y'all live in California? No, I'm on the East Coast, sir. It wouldn't be daylight right now if I was on the West Coast. But I'm sure you're smart enough to figure that out yourself, Doctor Who. You know, daylight now, but somehow in California, at 3:45 in the morning. Makes a lot of sense, Doctor Who. You can tell you're a doctor and not a detective, right? Pretty easy. What meds are you on? I follow a strict military diet. Ibuprofen 800s. What does anybody else take? You got a lot of hate in your heart, Doctor Who, for a guy that keeps swinging and fucking missing. For being a absolute fucking dumbass. It's pretty entertaining to see. 4 a.m. there in California, 5 a.m. here. My bad. Yeah. It's 7:48 where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, but, anybody with any IQ would know that there ain't no sunlight anywhere else currently in America except for on the East Coast. Maybe the mountain time zone now. Y'all might be getting some sunlight. A little bit. The dawn's just breaking. Oh, got triggered there? No, I'm just laughing at a failed fucking troll, little boy. Don't be mad. What's behind the ocean screen? A brick wall. Just another brick in the wall, sir. It's just a house. The outside of a house. Currently outside so I don't wake up the family on the inside. My son ain't got no school today. You got to let him sleep in a little bit. Show us what's behind the ocean screen. No, I already told you, sir. It's a brick wall. It's a white brick wall. Read. I did read. What did I miss? Shout out to Super Rainbow Queen. I don't know what the snail thing is, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah, but doctor, you're. Hey, I didn't know. I believe the army has a no, don't ask, don't tell policy, bro. So whatever you do on your time is up to you. But it might explain why you've been watching me for so long. Hopefully, you keep your hands on the keyboard, kid. Don't care about the shooting. What's behind the ocean screen? How do you care more about a brick wall, like a brick wall, than someone being shot? Like that's the problem with America. Like we're more discussion talking about how Doctor Who is you know trying to barely keeping his hands on the keyboard, and this is where we're at. What's behind the ocean screen, bro? Y'all crazy. Jaguar, yeah, perfect timing. Like as soon as I said that, I seen the words pop up on my screen. We like the Fortnite again. What's up? Appreciate you popping in. Depression in a horde. No, it's not depression. It's a white wall. Like y'all wild, bro. It ain't even. It is not where like I've described it, and it is exactly that. If you can't settle for that, then like tough luck, Chuck. Like you want me to move my backdrop, which involves me doing all sorts of stuff. Like it's too easy. Get Tom Brady has a football. Tom Brady does not have a football. He's retired. He's got a microphone though. Doctor Who is letting us know that he is still not a detective, nor a very good doctor. Shout out to Kitschy's Mix Vog. See you on here in Alabama. Nope, not in Alabama. Alabama is actually a beautiful state to drive through. I don't know if y'all ever done it. Doctor Who, do I smoke? That stuff. Well, it is legal in my state, so yes, I do. Sure do. Matter of fact, let's take a little break. Nope, don't do drugs, Doctor Who. You're not a very good doctor. Like these are routine doctor questions, though. He's over here been like Dr. Phil's probably got better medical advice than Doctor Who, but it is pretty wild. No, fentanyl's bad, kids. Do you think I'd be awake at 7:30, 7:50 in the morning if I was a fentanyl head? Like, you're not a very good you're not a detective here. Like Alex says he smokes. Doctor Who might need some. Look, Doctor Who's been on some bullshit for like 15 minutes, bro. It's funny role. Like, but at least it's keeping me entertained. So I do appreciate you, Doctor Who. Like without like people communicating, this just gets me talking at a wall. But it is entertaining how many conclusions you could jump to and like completely miss. Like it's wild. It's pretty wild. It's almost like record breaking. Oh, you're from the Philippines. Hey, hey, shout out Pinoy or Panay. I don't know which one you are. Shout out to the Panays in the Philippines. And that's legit. I like a little sig. As long as I'm not eating balut, I'll mess with the Philippines. Jaguar says Doctor Who is actually high right now. Wow. Yeah, could be. Could be. He is typing pretty correctly to be on any crazy drugs, so I don't assume that, but he misses a lot, so it might be crack. Do you watch any college football yesterday? Asked Texas. No, I'm not a college football guy. There's too many college football teams for me to really get interested. I like the elite level of talent. We go from 15,000 college football players to less than 1,500 NFL players. So I like the elite stuff. Um, but it is. Since you smoke, do you do anything to make your lungs stronger? I do swim and snorkel, so that's pretty good. But that's about it. What happened to your eyes? Nothing. Nothing. It's just I got a sun that's popping out. Y'all can probably see it in the background, right? Where it's just popping out. It's gonna hit me, and it's too early in the morning for all of that. Shout out to Dreamel. Hello everyone. Nice to see you. Where did your ears go? Bro, I'm looking at myself and I can see my ears repeatedly. Like you might ask if my fly is still unzipped. Maybe I'll look down. You're like, what are we doing here? It's pretty wild. I put in the title, fantasy football advice, but we have not got one fantasy football question, not near yet. It's pretty wild. Read Smash Master's comment. I don't see it. F12. F12. I did not see. Let me scroll through the chat. Let me see if I can. Did he get deleted or something? So, sometimes the YouTube filter will delete crazy comments if it gets too crazy. So if you know what his comment is, maybe you can repeat it. I can catch it. But I didn't see what Smash Master 39 whatever commented. Ugh. What a wild morning. This is pretty crazy. I really thought we were going to hit some crazy fantasy football advice. Cooper just said, I just had my fantasy football draft last night, and I'm definitely going all the way. Drop me the team, bro. I got to see the team. If you think you're winning, I want to know. I'll smoke with you, Ohio. Oh, yeah. Hey, shout out to Ohio. The best thing about Ohio is when you go there, you understand why everyone leaves. You understand why LeBron left. You understand like everybody wants to get out. But they do have an excellent amusement park in Ohio. Alex says road trip. F12 says leave the doctor alone. The doctor ran away, bro. He got out. Yeah, Jaguar, shout out to Ohio. Yeah, bro. Y'all got it, bro. I know why y'all leave. I get it. I've been there, done that. But Cedar Point is, man, y'all got the roller coasters. I tell you all what, y'all got the roller coasters. Frederickstown, Amish country, is that, bought a cow yesterday, is that Ohio or is that Pennsylvania? I know the Amish likes to roam around both areas. And they come down to where I live, or near where I live. I don't live in this city. But they come down by me to retire. It's kind of crazy. Jumped out the truck via the window. That is still just like I can't imagine. Was he all right? Or did you just like have some veal chopped up? JJ Stokes stopping by with the Chiefs love. Appreciate it. Shout out to the Chiefs and Sir Patrick Mahomes. Making the NFL's fans' dreams come true. I promise you that. I just suggested that the doc might try a natural sedative F12B. I'm sure he don't know what that is. He's a fake doctor. Doctor who? Doctor ain't real. Jump and do a 360 in cent feet. Jeez. Wait, send feet pics? Bro, you do not want these size 13 clappers. Yeah, pictures. It's kind of crazy. Alex said, I just suggested that the doctor. Oh, I already read your comment. I thought that was F12 that said that. My bad. Yeah. I think you're right, Alex. Now that I'm realizing what you're saying, like, yeah, he probably started talking about fentanyl, and now we ain't seen him. Look, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but he might have thought I was one because he was one. Did we got a little finny head? Hopefully, we might need to make sure he did not pass out. Chiefs Kingdom to describe the vast and passionate throng of fans who follow the Chiefs. That's pretty good defense definition there. Shout out to everybody that follows the Chiefs. But look, all I care about is you follow a team. We do cover all 32 teams on this show. I thought you quit to promise to quit smoking cigarettes. I did for New Year's, and it lasted about 2 weeks. It wasn't very good. Back on the train, choo choo. What are you gonna do, bud? You caught me. You caught the tater. Busted red-handed. But maybe next year, man. I really probably should. But sometimes you gotta enjoy life. If you're not enjoying life, what are you doing? What are we doing? Ha ha, and the rest. Yeah, look, I'm just getting you smiling. How many do I smoke in a day? Yeah, like 8 to 12. Depends on the day. Depends on what I'm doing. Or if I'm drinking. If I'm drinking, it's unlimited. We don't put a cap. I root for the dad's team, but my money follows the winners after week 5. And that's Alex. I'm pretty sure you're a Raiders fan, right, Alex? That's not a bad way to go. And week 5 is a good benchmark. Like, you really got the first quarter of the way done of the league, almost a third, really. And it really gives you, a nice benchmark to really go. That's why my favorite weeks are like 1 through probably 3, because Vegas has not, they haven't got it dialed in yet. So like this week's biggest dog, somehow, some way, the Vegas booking odds have chosen the Cleveland Browns over the Raiders, or over the Cowboys. Excuse me. Browns over the Cowboys. That's the dog of the week. Bet heavy on the Cowboys. Cooper said, my quarterback is Jalen Hurts. Not bad. I like it. I like it. My running back is CMC. Can't get better than that, right? Wide receivers Cooper, Kupp, Mike Evans, and Calvin Ridley. That's not terrible. I've got questions about Calvin Ridley, but look, Mike Evans is steady. He's a 1,000-year guy or a 1,000-yard guy. Cooper Kupp, as long as he stays healthy, you're super strong. That's not bad. McBride is decent. Ravens is pretty good. Yeah, Alex says that's a solid team, and I do have to kind of agree there. Is this a 8-man league or a 10-man? I do 12s and 14s, but that's a pretty stout one. So would you do CMC first round? What pick number were you? How far did CMC drop in the first round in your draft? That's not bad. That's not terrible. I think Calvin Ridley's a little weak. Jalen Hurts could do better, but with his rushing ability, like that really helps. Like we know in fantasy football, we gotta keep a one guy. So pick one. So I picked him up. Yeah, that's a strong pick. That's a strong pick. We did a couple weeks ago, we did our advice show on who to draft, and CMC was unanimous. Number 1 is the running back. And look, if you're going to go first pick, number 1, the only concerns with CMC with that first pick is health. I do like Tyreek Hill a little bit more than Christian McCaffrey, but he's injured right now. So week 1, this is really a better way to go with CMC. SH says, my wife has second child. Hopefully it's yours. Shout out to that. We like kids. Not in a weird way. No Diddy. I'm also a father. Let's put it that way. Let's fix that. It's 2024. We got to be very clear how we talk about things like that. Suddenly, it's pretty crazy. Keeps it interesting. Cooper, yeah, I like that though. I like that. I think you had real strong pick there. That's not a bad draft. You go win the league with that. What team are you worried about? Is there any team out there that's got you like, maybe that guy did pretty good? Let me, what's your best opponent? I'll tell you if you beat you won the league. Now another thing you can keep your eye on with that Calvin Ridley, and let me know what your free agent quarterbacks are. Which quarterbacks were not drafted, and I'll let you know if there's anybody in the bargain bin that might be good. I love it when my four kids are silent for the game. Man, shout out to Alex for that. Look, my son, I've got a problem with yelling during the game. So my son's like, he wants nothing to do with the game. Like it makes him like he doesn't like the sudden burst of like you know, like he's like all right, I'm gonna go play Roblox in my room or something. Like I'm good on this. But we get hyped. It's always good when the kids let you enjoy it. Shout out to SH, popping the hands up. Much love to everybody. Oh, this has been a crazy little morning show. I haven't done one yet. So I wasn't sure how it's going to go. What do we got here? Not sure. How do you check free agency on ESPN? I do not use ESPN. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Should be the waiver wire. They should. It should be. It's been so long since I've been on ESPN. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure, but yeah, there should be like a waiver wire with a list of available guys that went undrafted. We might be able to sneak you a guy in, and let me know the wide receivers too, because the wide receivers were super deep. We might be able to find you a swing guy to think about instead of Calvin Ridley. Like I seen Scary Terry was like pick number 20 something in most drafts. So he might have even have gone undrafted in some leagues for some guys that are not very versed on the league. And Terry McLaurin had a slightly off year last year, but he's got a new quarterback, new system. I think he's another 1,000-yard guy that you might find super late in the draft or even possibly on the waiver wires. Unless someone didn't show up to the draft and the computer automatically does it. Because the computer will draft him, letting you know he's good, but he could slide right past in a league where everyone's actively drafting. There's a few. We've seen some crazy guys like Jared Goff. Jared Goff was ranked like the 20th best quarterback on ESPN. That's another name to keep an eye on. Makes you interested to watch, to check it out. But yeah, Cooper, I like that team. It was pretty solid. Like you did pretty good. I can dig it. I can dig it. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to check what the fantasy rankings are. I'm real interested to see how other people have drafted. My number one pick was actually Travis Kelce. And I'll tell you why. When you break down the position groups, right? You got your quarterbacks, your wide receivers, your running backs, your tight ends, your flex guy, your and your defense and your kicker, right? When you break those positions down, the way I draft and I look at it, I put first round grades on guys in each position. So with tight end, you only had two guys with a first round grade. Quarterback, I think I had three or four. Wide receiver probably had 10. And then running back had like three or four. So in order of importance is how I draft. So I know that once, if I can get a tight end in the first round that I want, like Kelsey, then there's no other first round tight ends available for the rest of the draft. There's no elite guys besides these two, the top two guys. And then you move to quarterback. So you have heavy amounts of quarterbacks that let you know you can wait to draft a guy and still pick up a quality guy, kind of like you did with Jalen Hurts. That wasn't an early pick, hopefully. Like you should be able to pick him up a little bit later because, like, out of the quarterback carousel, he's last on the list. So you can still get a high quality guy that's going to put up big numbers later in the draft so you can push that off. So you don't need a quarterback round one. Take that tight end. Then you go running back because that's the next on the list where there's a shortage of elite players. And then I'd go quarterback and then wide receiver in my first 4 rounds. That's how I'd break down tight end, running back, wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver. Shout out to Gibbs. Chiefs suck. Well, I think historically you're wrong, bro. Like, if you want to talk trash, we can talk a little trash because my team is back to back Super Bowl champions, right? Back to back. Means we got to start talking about 3 years ago before we talk about anybody else being a champion. But clearly, they suck. Great analysis, Gibbs. Pat Mahomes is the best, and I'm going to say that. Well, you're correct there. Yes, sir. We have reached, the question at this point isn't who can compete with Pat. It's if Pat can reach those Tom Brady numbers. That's the only question on the board, right? Like, let's be honest. Is he going to get all the Super Bowls? Looking like it, right? Like, we don't see it. We don't see him missing. The book hasn't been written, though. So we still got to wait and see. He's number one. Look, he really is. But who's your number two? Who's your number two quarterback? I know who I've got right now. I know who I'm impressed with the most right now. And number two, that boy Lamar Jackson. That boy Lamar Jackson does more with nothing around him than anybody else in the league. A lot of people say he's not a very good throwing quarterback. But I've got to ask you this. Who's he supposed to throw to, right? If we're going to have him out here throwing the ball, who is he supposed to throw to? Who's catching it? To throw the ball, someone has to have the ability to catch it. Let's get him some elite talent around him, like all these other elite quarterbacks do. And then maybe he'll throw the ball effectively. Who knows? We'll see. He just runs. He's fast as heck. He doesn't just run. He does throw the ball. But I do need you to answer my question that I just raised. Who's he supposed to throw it to? He's got Zay Flowers. We've seen OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. just retired. Yeah, Zay Flowers, that's one. That is one guy. But how many weapons does Joe Burrow's got? How many weapons does CJ Stroud got? How many weapons does your boy Pat Mahomes even got? Like, if we're going to be honest, he still has Travis Kelce, the most dominant pass catcher in the last decade, maybe not named Mike Evans. And Rice, he still has Rice, who was a rookie, almost put up Zay Flower numbers. You know what I mean? Even Pat Mahomes on a bad wide receiver group, bad off year for the offense, still has more weapons than Lamar. Yeah, Worthy, Kelsey, Rashid Rice. Yeah, we just got Worthy this year. I'm talking about last year. Last year is supposedly the least amount of weapons Pat Mahomes has ever had, according to us Chiefs fans. That wide receiver room was garbage. It was a bunch of number fives. Watson was our number 2 wide receiver, and he is a legitimate number 4, number 5 wide receiver around the league. And Pat Mahomes still had more weapons than Lamar Jackson. They did have Tony, but they let him go. Yeah, I'll give you that. Tony was, and going into the season, Tony was supposed to be the number 1 wide receiver target for Kansas City. So you're all right there. That's just another kind of weapon. You know, he didn't have a great year, but he was still a very important guy. So I did like that. I do think the Tony trade officially worked out at the end, but you know, some people were not as big of fans as I personally am. So I think the Chiefs probably actually should have kept Tony, to be honest with you, over Sky Moore. I know both have struggled, but Tony still has a higher ceiling than Sky Moore. Sky Moore is just more of a team player. And that goes some places. You know, if you don't want to be on the team, it is hard to play you. But you know, what is your team, Gibbs? I don't think we caught that yet. I always like to find out what your team is so I can try to break down, try to give people a little prediction of what their year is going to be like so you know where you heard it before the season began. Oh, you're a Detroit Lions fan. Let's go. Let's go. You're going to like this. You're going to like this one, sir. So, if you don't believe me, you can go look. You can check the YouTube channel. You can go back a couple of years and see how I predicted the Lions to be successful. I was on the Dan Campbell hype train for the Lions and the whole Lions organization 1 year too early, but just letting everybody know that this was coming together. This was going to be a product to watch. So I've not missed a Super Bowl matchup in 6 years. I've gotten every matchup right preseason. And you, sir, will be happy to know that the Kansas City Chiefs will be playing the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl this year. It is what it is, sir. Now, of course, I think you're going to lose, but I still think you're getting there. I still think you're getting there. My co-host, he believes it's the Packers. He also said Seattle Seahawks last year. So if you want the accurate prediction here, I'm just letting you know. Your boy just nailed. Well, now I could be wrong. I've been missing a little bit this year on some roster moves. Okay. Normally I get roster moves 100% as well, and I have missed roster moves. But I do have the Lions winning it. You hate the Packers. I do too. I am not a Packers supporter. I was wrong about Jordan Love. I thought he was going to be a bust, complete trash, and he did okay. He's done all right. But I also hate that franchise. One of my cousins lives in Washington State and somehow, some way became a Packers fan. And it's never made sense to me. It drives me crazy. He's mid. He's mid plus. Okay, he's slightly above mid. I'm a big Jordan Love hater. I was captain of the train. I tried to be. I tried to get the he's a bus bandwagon going. He's good enough. He's good enough. Now, I'd take Jared Goff over him, right? I think Jared Goff is highly underrated. I think Jared Goff's got a better opportunity, but it's just that what's wrong with the Packers? What's wrong with Jordan Love? We're just haters. We're just haters, Trey. Just hating on them. Taking a moment. We were talking about Super Bowl predictions. I have the Lions. My co-host has the Packers going to the Super Bowl to face the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's where the Packers conversation came up. Of course, Jared Goff is better. He led us to the NFC Championship. Look, let's say it. Say it. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the schedule in front of me. Don't you guys get a start with the Rams too? Is it Rams week 1? That's a fun game. I'm looking excited to watch the old Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff matchup. And I do have the Lions winning that game. We'll see what this Rams defense looks like this year. You know, they traded away their team captain, the linebacker, I forget his name, and no more destructive defensive tackle in Aaron Donald. You know, Aaron Donald was a riot maker, if you will. So we'll see. Facts is stats change every game. Yeah, and then the Bucks. W for the Rams. Kobe turned. Aaron Donald, yeah. What's your team, Trey? Are you a Packers fan? I know Alex is a Raiders fan. Facts is stats change every game. Kobe Turner. Oh, sorry. I got what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Trey. I'm Rams. Hey, shout out to that. At least you got a little Super Bowl recently, right? Not too long ago. You guys kind of sold the farm for it and it paid off. That's what you like to see. It's always sad when a team swing and miss, like the Cleveland Browns. They go out, try to get their quarterback, and he turns into trash, you know. So shout out to the Rams for getting it done and getting Matthew Stafford a ring. You know, it really kind of solidifies his argument for being in the Hall of Fame. He got his ring, even though I do still have questions about Matthew Stafford being in the Hall of Fame. Because there really wasn't any year I called Matthew Stafford the best quarterback in the league, even when he won the Super Bowl. But he's put up huge numbers every year. And can we really blame him on limited success while playing for the Detroit Lions? Like, you do kind of get a little leeway there. We do get a little bit of leniency if you got like a big stretch of Lions on your career. Win, lose, or tie, Raiders getting flags all the time. Alex, look, hopefully what was it, 5 more? What is the record? I'm wondering what that number is now. Y'all will 5 away. What was the total number you needed to get there? Yeah, he's not really the best. Are you talking about Stafford? Look, it's a funky, man. It's weird, you know? Like, how many times did we call Matthew Stafford a top 3 quarterback? How many times did we call Matthew Stafford a top 5 quarterback? I mean, I know he's going to have the numbers, right? He's played long, put up big numbers every year. And as soon as he left Detroit, he did get that ring. But I don't know. I feel iffy on it. Like, Like it feels very, very Philip Rivers. Like Philip Rivers almost seems like a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford, and he never won one. That's very borderline to me. Who would you take, Matthew Stafford or Philip Rivers? Which one would you guys take? Strong 8-year run. Oakland Raiders penalties by team name with 23 penalties versus the Buccaneers on October 30th, 2016. Jeez. Jeez. Woof. That's a tough one. That is a toughie. Man. You take Phillip Rivers? Yeah, I think I might take. It's hard though. You know what? I think I'm taking Phillip Rivers too. You know why? Because he's got 10 kids, and Matthew Stafford's got 10 dudes that smashed his wife. So let's go, Phillip Rivers. Let's lock it in. Choo choo. That ring don't mean nothing. That Super Bowl ring don't do jack diddly for not nobody. And we are doing fantasy football advice. So if you did fantasy football, let me know what your team is. We've only had one participant so far. I do like to see everybody's team, get an idea of what you did, and see if we can't improve on it. I also might need another football team to talk trash on. I'll give you my thumbs up, thumbs down situation. So if you want a review of any football team, don't be afraid to throw it in the comments, and I'll let you know how their season is gonna go. What do I think about Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? I think that gives the Rams a top 10 wide receiver room. I think Puka Nacua came out of nowhere last season. Talk about a fantasy football waiver wire hero. You know, he went undrafted in pretty much every league. So you got to see Puka just be able to get grabbed. That's when you got to pay attention as soon as games are done to try to put a claim on a guy. Because Puka Nacua and Kupp are vicious. And like Puka Nacua gets a lot of respect. A lot of people are on that hype train for the young guy. But I think Cooper Kupp has never got the respect that he truly deserves in the league. Like people don't realize how dominant he's truly been while not injured. You know, we do need to put that little asterisk there. But man, shout out to Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. Any thoughts about the Eagles? The Eagles are a funky one. There's no doubt about it, right? I think the addition of Saquon Barkley was monstrous. I think you couldn't have picked up a better running back besides maybe Derrick Henry. I think there's questions on that offensive line now. You know, you got a new center. You just lost that Hall of Fame center. I don't know if the tush push has the same effect as it once was. You know, there could be a slight gap there. I do think that they should be a wild card team. They should make the playoffs though this year. I know it's close, but I think they should be another wild card team. I don't see a deep playoff run or anything like that, but they're either making the playoffs or just right outside of it. Look who we got, folks. We got Pat Mahomes stopping in the comments. He wants to say hi. Shout out to old MVP Pat. Appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, Pat. Appreciate it. Any thoughts on the Vikings with Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy? I think that's a tough break for Vikings fans. I think it was a rough year going into it with a healthy J.J. McCarthy and a healthy Sam Darnold, still tons of questions. Now that you're back to Sam Darnold, this is really kind of a oh no moment. I don't think they wanted to go into the season with Sam Darnold. I think as a backup quarterback is one of the better options. There was no better choice that you have remaining on the board. You might be able to try to trade for a guy like Heineke or something like that. But I think Sam Darnold still has a higher ceiling. I think this is his chance to show if he can be a number one quarterback. He's got better talent around him now. But I don't have I think the Vikings are going to be trash. Expect a top 10 draft pick for the Vikings. Pat Mahomes wants to know my thoughts on the Panthers. That's a good question, Pat. I think the Panthers have the biggest betting lock of the season. There is not a bigger lock on the season than this bet here. In Vegas, they'll give you minus 700 odds for the Panthers to miss the playoffs. Biggest lock of the year. You bet the farm on it. Whatever amount, you only get like 15% back. So if you bet $1,000, you'll make $150. If you bet 700, you'll make 100. Is the easiest way to put it. But that's the easiest, freest $100 you ever done made. The Panthers are going to be trash, number one draft pick. If they win a game this year, I'll be impressed. Trey wants to know about Justin Jefferson. Jay Jettis. Oh, look, he's a dominant guy with no quarterback throwing to him. It's a scary situation. I think it's going to help Sam Darnold having that type of wide receiver, but I don't think that's going to clear it up. And I think he's going to get frustrated. Like, I know he was glad he got paid, and he wanted to stay with the Vikings, but let's be honest, it has, like, and Osborne, it does have bust, like a career waster written all over it. People are going to say Justin Jefferson isn't that guy simply because we're watching Sam Darnold throw to him. Look, Kirk Cousins isn't a great quarterback, but he's good, a solid good. And with a solid team, he's going to do great this year. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I don't have a lot of faith in the Panthers or the Vikings this year. I think we're talking about two real low levels of franchises here. Trey says, I love this guy. I love how he knows a lot of football and likes to speak his mind. Appreciate it, Trey. Look, I cover so much football that I had to start doing this so I get paid for it. I couldn't do it for free no more. Like we had to wipe the free away. You know what I mean? So I had to start making a couple bucks for the opinion at least. Now we out here paying light bills and stuff. Not bad. But I appreciate you. Appreciate you popping in. Trey said he subbed. Hey, look, we are appreciative of everyone we get, bro. So I like it. And Pat Mahomes said, I'm so happy the season is back. Man, me too. Look, we took our first break this offseason, took a couple weeks off type deal. And I don't even do morning streams, right? Like I don't typically do streams in the morning. And I woke up this morning so hyped about football being back, I had to go live. Like that is what it is. But it is getting real close to time to start making my kid some pancakes. I know he will be awake before long. So as much as I've enjoyed this conversation with you fellas, We do need to wrap it up. We do got to wrap it up, B. So I do appreciate y'all popping in. This is the Bold Sports Show, and it is what it is, folks. Tune in. Look, we're usually live 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I wasn't there if you didn't talk about this, but did you talk about the Chiefs versus Ravens? Good times. Have a good one and stay safe. Thank you, Alex. Look, we didn't. We did not talk Chiefs versus Ravens, but I will have a video out later today. I'm going to drop a dedicated video just on the Chiefs and Ravens, and I'm sure if you hop in on the next live stream, we will cover it. And Pat Mahomes is right. The cliff notes is we're going to destroy the Ravens. Vegas has it as Chiefs favored by 1. I'm betting 2.5. I bet they win by at least 3. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. We will catch you on the next one tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. But please watch the Chiefs versus Ravens dedicated video that will be out this afternoon.